Hi guys, this is Jonna and welcome to Jonna's Crochet Journey. Today is Thursday, June 9th, 2022. It is a rainy, dreary day in Western New York, and I wanted to pop on and show a couple things before I head out to do some errands today. Good day to do it since it's bad weather. All right. I want to thank everyone who keeps coming back and supporting me by watching my videos, new and returning Yarny friends. The plan today is to just show you 3 things that I have done. And if I have enough time, I will show a couple things that I got in the mail, but we'll see how time goes because I don't want to keep you here all day. So I did my June square for the Glorious Granny Square. It's a Cal with Christy from Crochet Creations by Christy. And the pattern is by Fiber Spider. I am using a 5.5 millimeter hook, and the yarn that I'm doing, so for my June square, I decided to change things up a little bit. So the first color is Premier Basic in Slate. And it's a grayish blue. Then I have the Grape Fizz by Red Heart. Purples and blues, and this slate is in here. That's why I chose it. And then Big Twist Purple will be how I'm bordering each square and how I will be attaching them. All right, so put that in there. So we have July, August, September, October, November, December. I'm not sure if we do a square in December or it's just attaching, but I'm hoping I have enough yarn. I'm sure I can find a replacement somewhere. Okay, so this is my June square. So normally the big part of the square, I've been using one of my 2 variegateds, but this time last month I also did the pink. And if you can see the triple crochets where you drop down, and that's what gives it the texture. It's kind of hard to see on the camera. I hope it's coming up better for you. And then my border is half doubles, and then again I will attach with the purple. So that's the square. Got that finished. I feel like I'm behind if I don't get those done early. So that is done for the month. And I showed a blanket that I started, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. I used Bernat Blanket yarn and Frosted Leaves and Smoky Green were the 2 that I used. I had 2 more skeins of the one color, but I only went 4 feet wide And this was 7.16 feet tall. I didn't want to go too wide because then I was afraid I wouldn't have enough yarn for the length, because the person that is getting this for Christmas is a very tall person. So I didn't want it to be too wide, and then when he uses it, like from his knee down, it's sticking out. So I don't know. I guess it could have been wider, but you know, it's a lap gan type of thing. So hopefully he'll be happy with it, but I'm finished. And for this yarn, I don't like to put a border on it. I made that mistake before and it went all wonky, so I'll never do that again. So, this is the gist of it. And the pattern, I didn't write it down, but I think I got it off of one of the labels that I saved. So, and then it goes, I used a full skein of this, and then I did a half of the smoky green, and then I did another full skein, and then the other half of the smoky. And then as I'm going and I'm going and I'm going, I'm thinking this is getting really long. Like if I put 2 more skeins of this, it's going to be wider than a couch. So once I got down to a little bit of the green, I called it done. And this is, you can see it kind of alternates. So it's a single chain 1, skip 1, single chain 1, skip 1. And that's the pattern for the whole blanket. So again, it's 4 feet wide, which, you know, I think that's pretty good, even for a bigger man. I hope it covers him from one side to the other. I'm sure he'll let me hear about it if it doesn't, but so yeah. So this is done. It will get folded, put in a tote until Christmas. Oh, and then I have another one for sure that has to get done for Christmas, but I'm kind of working on wrapping up some of my other whips before I get started, because these blankets are heavy. And again, in order to make it easier on myself, I would do it first thing in the morning with my coffee, because it was the cooler part of the day back when we had those really hot days. So I feel like I whipped that one out like really quick compared to last year where I was dragging my butt on finishing some. Okay, then the next, or I should say the last finished object is, I decided to do, it's called Crochet Little Gal on the Prairie dress, 12 to 24 month. It's pattern number 395 by Baghdad, and it says it's an intermediate level. It was pretty good for me reading a pattern, but I also did have her video playing. I opened up another window and had that video, so when I got, and I wasn't even stuck, I just questioned myself, because I know how I am when it comes to a video and a pattern. Like, I just like that security of am I doing this right? And Crystal's an awesome teacher, so I'd go back, click where I was, and make sure I was going good. So she has, she called for Karen Simply Soft, but I had Premier Eversoft, and I do have Karen Simply Soft. I wonder if it's thinner than this. I feel the dress is a little on the heavy side, but I mean, this is a 4 medium. I say it's a light 4, and it's very soft and shiny, and this is the color Dusty Rose. It's almost like that mauve color that used to be a thing for the kitchens, that mauve and country blue. So there's 270 yards, and this is what I have left out of my second skein. And she said to use a 4.25 millimeter hook. And what's weird is, out of all those hooks back there and in that drawer of my extras, I didn't have a ergonomic 4.25. I just had the metal one that I got in the very first set that I bought. And I was like, ugh, this is going to be a struggle. I even looked online, which I did order a 4.25 in a thicker hook that has like glitter, you know, it's fancy. I didn't even bring it in here. And then I looked at the covers you can buy, which they were very hard to find. And the only one that popped up had a bad review about how hard it was to get them on the hooks. So I'm like, well, I'm not wasting my money, because to buy that one hook, it was $10 or $11. I'm like, cheapers. So this is a paid for pattern. This is the one it is. And let me see, I'm looking at my notes. Yeah. Oh, and I also had to buy the little clasps for the back. It says you could use a button, but you would have had to create a buttonhole, which is not in the pattern. So this is the dress. And again, this is a Dusty Rose. And here's, so you make the dress first, and you could buy the little slips, put them in a onesie, buy the little diaper covers, you know, just depending. And then you add the small shells, let's see, onto each of the sleeves, and then you single crochet around the collar. So this is for my granddaughter. Like I said, it does have a little weight to it, but this is the yarn that it called for. I might make, well, not might, I am going to make some of Crystal's other dress patterns, because I bought her hard drive. Maybe try some of the cotton, the wearable cotton, see how that is, if it feels lighter. And my Karen Simply Soft is way over there. See in thickness how that compares. And then when I was done, you buy the clasps, and then that, I don't know if you can see that, and then you just and then you just don't get it because you're on camera. and then you just slide it in. And again, she said you could use buttons, but you would have to be aware of that when you're starting out, because you're going to need a buttonhole. So this is the back, and that's the front. So I will take this to her Saturday and see how it fits. She turned a year in April, so I'm curious to see how it fits her, since the pattern was for 12 to 24 months. All right, so I can take care of that. I hope the microphone is working today. I know last video there might have been an issue of it being hard to hear, and I'm sorry about that. It'd be the first time that it happened, and I can't even tell in my settings right now. Like, it's plugged in. I just hope it's working. I didn't even think of before. My son mentioned to click on the closed caption and read the words with my video if for some reason I'm having an audio problem. And I should have thought of that, duh. Because I do it when I watch a video that isn't too loud. But then when I use my headphones, it's perfect. So, okay. The only other thing I will touch on, I think I did get my Mary Maxim order. Christy from Crochet Creations by Christy is also doing a sock. I think it's a make along. Sorry, Christy, if I'm getting that wrong. So I ordered some sock yarn because if you've been with me, you know those thin yarns are not my friend. And this, they were having a sale. This was $1.99 a skein. And it's Premier Yarns wool-free sock yarn. And I don't knit, but I would like to try to crochet a pair of socks. I'll show you that, those colors. But man, this is a too fine. Yowzers. This is the color Cool Water, color number 11. Says it's a new print, and 3.5 millimeter hook, machine wash and tumble dry. And it's 235 yards, 215 meters, 93% acrylic, and 7% PBT. And oh, so you get the sock pattern right on the back of the label. And it says 2 balls makes 1 pair of adult socks. So if I'm going to join, I better get on it. I'm just concerned about the size of yarn. We'll see. And then the other color I got, same specs. This color is, oh, this one says it's a 1 fine, 1 super fine, but it looks just as, looks the same size as the 2. And this color is Timeless. So are the specs the same? Yes, they are. And this is the color Timeless, which I think is pretty. you know, I don't know if it's going to work for me until I give it a shot. If I try it and I can't work with it, then I will gift it to somebody, because, you know, this yarn is pretty. Or I'll pay somebody to make me socks. And then the other thing in the order was Yogos. Okay. So I got 3 different colors, 4 of each. $1.99 a piece. Just saying. This is from Mary Maxim. This is Yarnspiration Caron Colorama. And this, it says one of these makes a hat, because this is a bulky 5. 6mm hook, 100% acrylic, 228 yards. And this is the color Baja. So it's the light green, gray, an aqua, dark blue, and then 2 other greens. Now the pattern they have on here is knit. Not going to happen. So I will find hat patterns. So if I got 4 each and it's 228 yards, these could be lap blankets too, if I didn't want to turn each one into a hat. So I got 12, so 3 different colors, 4 of each. So that's Baja. And this color is Lippy. So there's the shade change. So if I could find a hat pattern in that yardage, that might be the way I go. And then I would have enough, hopefully, or hat and scarf between the 4. I don't know. And this one is called Wine Time. Again, bulky 5. I love working with bulky 5s. And those are the colors. $1.99 a piece. Mary Maxim. Sock yarn was $1.99 a piece. And then I got 2 other yarn, well, 1 other yarn, 2 colors. It has a sparkle in it. I already put it up on my sparkle shelf, but everything was $1.99. And I think I ordered last week. If you want to go on and see if it's still available. I went on just to look for sock yarn because of Christy's crochet along. Cal or Mail. Well, I'm probably screwing that up. And then when I saw how much Premier was charging for sock yarn, I just started looking around, and Mary Maxim, the shipping was $15.99 for what I got. So, all right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Please like, subscribe, share if you want to, and leave a comment in the video. I enjoy having conversations with a lot of you. If you have a sock pattern that, you know, isn't too difficult, that's crochet, you know, if you want to share it, that'd be awesome. Or if you've worked with these Ogos and, you know, found a pattern that you think is easy, that makes it worth, and especially being a bulky 5, you can share that with me too. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.